right, so as promised, I am recording this video for you all can possibly get some questions answered before you finish the test tomorrow. So hopefully this will help you. All right, so this question says, Khalil bought Monster Jam trucks, Blaze and the Monster Machines trucks, and Hot Wheel cars. He bought 7 Monster Jam trucks for a total of $5.60. He also bought Blaze and the Monster Machines trucks for more per car than the Monster Jam trucks, and Hot Wheels cars for less per car than the Monster Jam trucks. Which of the following could have been the price for each of the Blaze and the Monster Machine trucks and the Hot Wheel cars? So first I do my ratio for the 7 Monster Jam trucks for a total of $5.60. So that's 7 to $5.60. All right, and I know that the Blaze and Monster trucks for more per car. So more per car will be the Blaze. So I'm just gonna put B for Blaze, and the Monster Machines trucks. Blaze MM. How about that? Okay, and the Hot Wheel cars for less per car. So the Hot Wheel cars will be less. So I'm just gonna put Hot W for Hot Wheel, not homework. Hot Wheels. So I have to scale this to 1 so that I can know how much it is for 1. Okay, do you see that? This is 7 for $5.60, but it says per car. The Hot Wheel is less per car, and the BMM is more per car. So let me scale my 7 for $5.60 is equal to 1. How do I get from 1 to 7? Divide by 7. So I'm going to have to divide $5.60 divided by 7. So for some of you that already are math people, you have your numeracy. 7 times 8 is 56, so that I know it was going to be 8, and then I have a 0. So I will go ahead and work that out for some of you that are like, what did she just do? So it's $5.60 divided by 7. 7 can't go into 5. Then I have a decimal here, so I have to put a decimal here. 7 can go into 56 8 times because 7 times 8 is 56. And then I bring my 0 down. 7 can go into 0 0 times. And so that's how I got 80 cents. So one of the Monster Jam trucks cost 80 cents, okay? So let's go back. Let me erase this so it looks a little bit cleaner for you guys. Okay. So my Hot Wheel has to be less than 1 for 80 cents, okay? So let's go ahead and look at this. Hot Wheels. So this Hot Wheel is 35 cents. Is that less than 80 cents? Yes. So maybe it's going to be this one. This Hot Wheel is 80 cents. Is that less than 80 cents? Nope. This Hot Wheels is 55 cents. So 55 is less than 80 cents. And this Hot Wheel is 80 cents. That is not less than 80 cents. So it's going to be A or C. So let's go back and look at A and C. The BMM is going to be more than 80 cents. So which BMM is more? So Blaze and the Monster Machine, so BMM, it's 75 cents. Is 75 cents greater than 80 cents? No. So guess what? We're going to cross it off. Now, C is my only option. 95 cents for a BMM. Is that greater than 80 cents? Yes. So my answer will be C, because a BMM is 95 cents, and that's greater than 80 cents, okay, for 1. So that's when you have to scale your ratio to 1 when you're comparing it to another ratio, single ratio. Because it was 7, and we were comparing it to the other trucks, which were just 1. Okay, next problem. Kate surveyed a group of people to choose their favorite holiday from the categories of their birthday, Christmas, and Valentine's Day. The results of the survey are shown in the graph below. Based on the graph, how many people would be expected to choose Christmas or Valentine's Day if there were 550 people surveyed. So we have to look at this. This is the one that a lot of you all struggle with, okay? So let's first take birthday. How many people? 30. So 30 people, favorite holidays, their birthday. Christmas, 60 people. And Valentine's, only 10. No lovebirds. So the total amount of people surveyed was 30 plus 60 is 90, plus 10 is 100. The total number of people surveyed was 100. What is our question asking us? So, based on the graph, how many people would be expected to choose Christmas or Valentine's Day? Christmas or Valentine's Day. So, we have to look at Christmas, which was 60, Valentine's Day, which is 10. 60 plus 10 is 70. So my first ratio is going to be 70 because that's what my question is asking. It specifically says Christmas or Valentine's, okay? So you have to add whatever the question is asking, you have to add that. If it's just one, then it's just that number, okay? So 60 plus 10 is 70. To how many people surveyed? 100. Okay, that's your first ratio. And it's equal to, what is the question saying? If there are 550 people surveyed, what's an equivalent fraction? If 550 is my denominator, what does that fraction have to be for it to be equivalent to 70 over 100, okay? So what we can do is scale our denominator. So how do we get from 100 to 550? Well, we multiply by 5.5. 5.5, so 5.5 times 100, we don't actually have to multiply that out. You just move your decimal anytime you're multiplying with a number that starts with a 1 and ends with a 0. You count the zeros. So 100 has 2 zeros. So because we're multiplying, we move our decimal to the right because our number is going to be bigger. When you divide, you move it to the left, okay? So 1, 2. So our answer is going to be 550. So 100 times 5.5 is 550. What we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So let's multiply. 5.5 there. I forgot to put multiplication there. So 70 times 5.5. Let's do 5.5. Let me erase this. And I'm going to leave my 0 off because it's just easier, and I will add it into my product. So 7 times 5 is 35. 5 carry the 3. 7 times 5 is 35 plus 3, 36, 37, 38. 38, and I add my 0 from the 70. And now I have to move my decimal over one place because there's one digit to the right of the decimal. There's no decimal here. So I move my invisible decimal here, and it's 385. So to answer this question, if there are 100 people, 70 of them would choose Christmas or Valentine's as their favorite holiday. If there were 550 people, 385 of those people would choose Christmas or Valentine's as their favorite holiday. So I hope this makes sense to you all, because I know some of you all struggled with that question on the test where it had the graph. So I hope this helps you to remember how to do it. Okay, Reese has saved $24 of her paycheck. She needs $75 to buy a Secret Santa gift for her coworker. Express the fraction of the money she needs that she has saved as a decimal. You guys, it's telling you what to do. Write a fraction, okay? And fraction is always part over whole. For example, if you have a pizza and there are 10 slices and you eat 2 of the 10 slices, that's 2/10, okay? So remember, a fraction is always part over whole. So in this example, she needs $75 to buy a Secret Santa gift for her coworker. She has 24. So her total, her whole, is 75. That's the total amount that she needs. And the amount that she has saved is 24. So your fraction is $24 out of $75 is what she saved. Now, we have to convert this. It says, express it as a fraction. Bam, we have our fraction. She needs that she has saved as a decimal. So we have to convert fraction F to D, okay? So we can do that by dividing. How do you convert fraction to decimal? You divide. So 24 divided by 75. Can 75 go into 2? No. Can 75 go into 24? No. Dot, dot, 0. We have to add dot, dot, 0. 75, how many times can 75 go into 240? So 75 times, let me see, 2, I'm thinking 2, 14, 15, nope, more, 5 times 3, 21, 22, yes. So, can you see the work I've done right here? So 75 times 3, it's going to give me 225. And I have to subtract that from my whole. I'm taking out 3 groups of 75, which is 225. Subtract that from my total, which is 240. And I have to borrow here, 3, here, 5, 1, 0, bring it down. So how many 75 cents are in $1.50? 2. Okay, because 75 times 2 is 150, and I have 0 remaining. So my answer is going to be 32 hundredths. So she still needs 32 hundredths, which you don't have to, but if you convert it to percent, she needs 32% of the money, okay? Or if you made it a fraction, 32 over 100, and you can simplify, but you get the point. All right, so this one is very similar to the one on your test. All right, number 4. Okay, Jace bought the last baby shark toy at the store and decided to sell it to make money. He sold it for 15 1/4 times the original cost of the baby shark. Express 15 1/4 as a percent and a decimal. Remember what I said, whenever you see something like this, a mixed number, it's 15 bucks. So you have 15 bucks, or whatever that whole number is, it's that number and a decimal. The 1/4 is your change. So I have 15 bucks, and what's 1 out of 4 quarters? How much is 1 out of 4 quarters? It is 25 cents. So $15.25. Bam. That's how much money that he received, or he sold it for 15. That's how much money he got from selling the baby shark. 15 times the original cost. Yeah, he sold it. So that's how much money he received from selling it, okay? Now, it's asking us to, and if you didn't know that 1 out of 4 quarters is 25 cents, you can divide 1/4 and turn it into a decimal. So you can convert 1/4 to decimal. I'll do that quickly for you. So you have 4, or 1 divided by 4. 4 can't go into 1. So I have to do dot, dot, 0. 4 can go into 10 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. 10 minus 8 is 2. 4 can go into 25 times. Oops, sorry. Okay. And so there we go. We see it. 1/4 is equal to 25 cents, okay? But I need you guys to learn those benchmark fractions. That is so important that you guys know those, okay? All right. So let's look for, that's the decimal. So it says percent and decimal, okay? Now we have to convert this decimal to percent. So remember that Dr. Pepper. So DP for Dr. Pepper. So if I'm going from decimal to percent, I need to go to the right. If I'm going from percent to decimal, I go to the left. So Dr. Pepper. Remember the soda, Dr. Pepper? So if I'm going from decimal to percent, I go to the right 2 places. 1, 2. So then my percent is 1,525%. Okay? So this one's pretty easy for you guys, I'm sure. Okay, let's do the next one. Okay, number 5. Solomon surveyed a sample of student council members about their favorite type of fundraiser. 44%, or 66 members, selected a bake sale as their favorite type of fundraiser. How many student council members did Solomon survey? So first of all, I'm going to say to myself, this is a percent proportion equation, okay? So I have part, whole, percent. I did not see a lot of you guys do this on your test today. You need to first ask yourself what type of question this is. And then once you do that, you need to set it up, you guys. Some of you guys are just subtracting, just adding, just doing whatever. I need y'all to stop doing that, and I need you to start thinking, okay? These are 3 types of problems. It's either going to be a FDP, percent proportion, or ratio. Okay, you guys know how to set up all 3. So I need you to stop being lazy and do that, all right? So this one is a percent proportion. So let's discuss, what have they given us, the part, the whole, or the percent? Well, I see here it says 44%. So duh, it gave me my percent. Now it says or 66 members. So it didn't say 100%. If it said 100%, that would have been the whole. But it did not. It said 44% or. So it's telling me that 44 and 66 are the same thing. Okay? So because it's the same thing, percent is part of 100. So my part is going to be 66. Okay? And I don't know my whole. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my percent proportion equation. So this is how it's set up. Part over whole is equal to percent over 100. So I have the part 66. So I'm going to write 66 over x equals, and the percent is 44. And percent is always out of 100. Okay? We have to cross multiply. Some of you guys still don't know how to do this. I need y'all to get y'all lives together and figure this out. Hey, what's up?
Can you open the door? Where you at?
Okay. All right. All right, so 44 times x is 44x. You can't multiply that because we don't know what x is. 66 times 100, well, 66 times 1 is 66, and just add your zeros. So this is where a lot of you guys are getting stuck. 44 times x is equivalent to 6,600. Whatever x is, when I multiply that by 44, it's going to equal 6,600. So, because I'm multiplying to get this, in order to find what x is, I do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. So I have to divide. Divide both sides by 44. So I can cancel out 44 because I have it on the top and bottom. So I have x is equal to, and let's divide. So we have 6,600 divided by 44. Try to divide that. All right, hopefully you guys got the answer by now. I had to go open the door for my son. 44 can't go into 6, so that's 0. 44 can go into 66 one time. 6 minus 4 is 2. Okay, 44 can go into 220. I'm not sure. So let's go here, but let's try 5. 4, 0, 2. Oh, boom. Yep, I'm smart like that, y'all. Magic. So 5, 220, and then I bring another 0 down. You guys are forgetting that 0 too. 44 can go into 0 0 times, so my answer is 150. Okay. the whole. So my answer here is C, 150 members. Okay? So 150 members was the total. Okay, number 6. There are 70 boys and 80 girls in the cafeteria. Of these students, 11 boys and 25 girls chose to eat pizza. What percentage of the students in the cafeteria chose to eat pizza? So, talking about percents, talking about parts and wholes. So guess what? This is a percent proportion. Okay, so once again, my percent proportion is part over whole is equal to percent, always over 100. Okay, so there are 70 boys and 80 girls in the cafeteria. Of these students, okay, of these students, so girls and boys, 11 boys and 25 girls choose to eat pizza. What percentage of the students in the cafeteria choose to eat pizza? So, part, whole, percent. Remember, always write it down. So, what are we looking for? Percent. We don't know the percent, you guys. So, the part. Remember what I told you. The part is always in the question. So, look at the question and go find the part for whatever that question is talking about. So, this question is saying, choose to eat pizza. How many? So, I have 11 boys and I have 25 girls. So, 25 plus 11 is 36. So my part is 36 because that's how many students choose to eat pizza. So I have to add that. Remember what I told you all? If you have 2 parts, you need to add it. If you have 2 wholes, you need to add it. All right, now my whole. So of these students, that means I have to get the total students. It just doesn't say boys. It just doesn't say girls. So I have to add 70 plus 80. So 70 plus 80 is 150. So my whole is 150. Okay, now I can set it up like my equation. Some of you all like to use the strip diagram. Some of you all like to scale. Whatever you like to do is fine. Okay, so the part is 36. The whole is 150 over, we don't know the percent, over 100. Okay? So we go here, here, whoop, here, whoop. 150 times x is 150x. 36 times 100, 36 times 1 is 36. And I add my 2 zeros. Okay? 150 times whatever x is equals 3,600. So I have to do the opposite of multiplication, which is divide by both 150 by both sides. I can cancel out. X is the only thing left, and 3,600 divided by 150. 3,600 divided by 150. Now look at this. I have a 0 here, a 0 there. So now I have 15 divided by 360. So 15 times 2 is 30. 6, 0. 15 times 4, am I right? Yep, that's 4. Is 60. And so my x is 24, my percent. So that's going to be A. So some of you that are interested in scaling, you could have multiplied by divided by 1.5. And then you have to divide 36 by 1.5. And then you could have got to it that way as well. All right, so that's number 6. We're almost done. All right, number 8. I skipped number 7 for a reason. We're going to do more with measurement later, but I'm not going over that right now. All right. The shaded area of the grid below represent the senior parking spots that have been decorated. Each square on the grid has the same dimensions. What percentage of the senior parking spots have been decorated? Remember from 5th grade. Oh, round if necessary. Length times width. So area, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you multiply 10 times 7. 10 times 7 is 70, okay? So I know that my whole, the total, is 70. Now it's asking me where it's have been decorated. So the shaded area. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 times 4 is 28. 29, 30. All right. First of all, I want to use some common sense here. What's half of 70? 35. All right. So 35 would be 50%. So if it was shaded all half, it would be 50%. So 35. Okay? However, we have 30. Is 30 less than 35? Absolutely. So my answer is going to be less than 50%. So I can cross off 60% and 86%. All right, so it's going to be A or B. So how can we solve? Well, we can cross off a 0 here, a 0 there. And we can convert this fraction to a decimal. So 3 divided by 7, 3 divided by 7. 7 can't go into 3. Dot, dot, 0. 7 can go into 30 4 times. And I have 2, 0. 7 can go into 20. 7 times 2. 14. 6, 0. 7 can go, so that's 8. 56. 4, another 0. Okay, and that is 7 times 5. 5, 7, yeah, 5. Okay, now, it says to round if necessary. I have 0.4285. So this is the 10,000ths, okay? Now, if I'm going to round to the nearest hundredth place. So I have 4285. I don't need that, but I can round the 2 to 3 because if it's 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. So 8 is bigger than 5, so it can raise the 2. So this is 0.43. 2 goes to 3, and then your answer would be B. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense to you all. And mind you guys, there are multiple ways to solve these. I'm just picking the most common ways, but you guys can have other ways to solve these. All right, last one. H-E-B is selling its leftover Halloween candy at 7 bags for $2.54. Which scale factor could be used to calculate the cost of 28 bags of candy? So, scale factor. That should instantly clue you all in to this is a ratio, okay? Remember, there's only 3 types of problems here. It's either FDP, you're converting, percent proportion, or the ratio, okay? So, what's our ratio? It is going to be 7 bags cost $2.54. And it's going to be equivalent to 28 bags, and we don't know how much, okay? So the scale factor, it's not asking you how much what 28 bags cost, you guys. All it's asking for is what's the number that you have to multiply or divide to go from 7 to 28. So from 7 to 28, you have to multiply by 4. So my scale factor, if I am going to find out how much 28 bags of candy cost, would be to multiply by 4, which would be C. So I hope this helps you all. Every problem that we've done is on your test. You've already seen the test today for most of you all unless you were absent. So you should be able to look at this video to assist you with any struggles that you occurred today, that you encountered today, excuse me. All right, see you guys later. Love y'all. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.